Watson takes a snap, rolls right, looks in the end zone. Hunter Renfrow caught it! Touchdown! 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 And there it is! Clemson paints the college football world orange here in 2016.
Well, Dabo, let me be the 1,000,000th person to say congratulations.
I appreciate it. Keep it coming. We don't play till September. I mean, it's okay.
Some run, just amazing. And I recall being back here 3 years ago, and I thought at the time, we discussed it, you were on the come, you were the program on the, but I would have never imagined the run that you've made in that last 8 years in total probably, but boy, the last 3 have just been incredible.
Yeah, it has been. Really the last 6. You know, the 2011 season, we were able to kind of win the league and get over the hump, but the 2012, I really, when we beat LSU in the bowl game, that was kind of, because we'd gotten beat in the Orange Bowl the year before, but that game I really thought put a lot of wind in ourselves as a program from a mindset standpoint of, hey, we're good enough, and let's just kind of work on some things and continue to be about the right things, continue to grow our foundation, recruit the right kind of guys, build our culture, and so it's been a steady, you know, progression. And I always tell people, you know, to be great at anything, and obviously you got to be great to win the national championship. You have to be very consistent for a long period of time. And last year was the year we were able to kind of put it all together and make those few little plays that we needed to make.
You started out with 9 straight wins, but they were not obviously easy. You had a tussle early with Auburn. You had a very close game with Florida State. Louisville with Lamar Jackson gave you a lot of trouble, but you got out of there with a win. Snuck out of that NC State game.
Snap, hold, the kick is on its way, and the kick is no good! He missed it right! And he will take the snap, back to pass, looking long, going to the end zone.
Interception.
Picked off by Marcus Edmonds. Clemson wins!
When you see things like that happen, and I know in my world, because people begin to say, there are doubters out there, and they grow when you're squeaking out win and squeaking out win. And I'm guessing in that second half of the year when Pittsburgh comes to town, and they beat you. Now you got to deliver another kind of message. What was that message to your guys?
You know, the same message had we won it. For us, it's a windshield mentality. It's always about what's next. We don't get too high with a big win. The world's not over with a tough loss. And that's been a mentality that's been created in our program over the last 8 years. And I think that's why we've been able to become very consistent. But at the end of the day, it's hard every week for us, and it's not just this year or last year or the year before. We're going to get everybody's best effort every single outing, and everybody's good enough. There's very few teams that we play that aren't good enough to beat you, especially if you don't, you know, play well. And when you don't go out there and take care of the things that you control, you put yourself in harm's way. And listen, Pittsburgh, they were the better team that day. We couldn't stop them. They really couldn't stop us. To be honest with you, we had 630 yards of offense, but they had just a little bit more on the scoreboard than we did when it was all said and done, and they won the football game. To me, in the midst of any championship run, there's always a moment. There's always this galvanizing moment where you really kind of you see your team just kind of, you know, stick their chin out there and say, all right, and grit through it. Or they kind of splinter a little bit. And I think, again, to be a great program and to have consistency, that has to be your mindset. It does us no good to sit around and worry about what's going to happen over the next 4 weeks. Let's get ready to have a great Monday. And let's learn from it, good or bad, and let's have a great Tuesday. And let's stay focused. I mean, at the end of the day, okay, we wanted to be 12-0. Well, that wasn't going to happen. But guess what? We can be 11-1.
And Clemson will be victorious tonight here in Orlando. Pick up back-to-back ACC championships.
5 touchdowns from Deshaun now.
Yeah, he played.
He was big time.
He just played lights out, and then you go and play Ohio State, and be hard to play any better than what we played in that game. And now it's national championship time.
Why do you suppose you dominated the Buckeyes the way you did?
Well, just our day, you know. I mean, I thought we controlled the line of scrimmages, and that's where it's going to start, especially with their style of play. They're a run first team, and they had a hard time running the football on us. And we felt like if we could dictate the run game and in the line of scrimmages on both sides, we had a great opportunity to win that football game.
And Clemson moves on to the national championship game in Tampa, where Alabama awaits in a rematch.
Alabama, again.
Yeah.
Mindset for you. One of the things that you did at the beginning of the season, I meant to touch base on this earlier, but you put up a sign in the facility saying national finalists. Boulware was PO'd. He actually stated that a little bit later. The psychological story all along for this team was to get back there. And I'm guessing that was some motivation, right?
We talked about it all year, you know. I mean, you're that much.
Yeah.
You know, that so it's a little more practice habits, a little better diet, a little more sleep, a little more study.
Yeah.
You know, get 7 reps instead of 6. You know, whatever that little extra is. And we talked about it all year and finishing with no regrets. And so we said we were on the road to Tampa Bay all year long, and we were just, how do we get there? You know, and so we took our schedule, and we actually put our schedule on an elephant. And with the message being, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And so every week, we just would kind of take a bite out of that elephant, you know, and we not knowing that the last bite, but I didn't have to say it.
7 years ago, when I got this job, you know, from day one, I said that we would win a national championship again. It was just a matter of when, and we just got to go to work and build our program, and that's what we've done. And tonight came up a little short. We give Alabama credit for that, but you know, there's no doubt that we'll be back. It won't be 34 years before we're going to be back. I promise you that.
Sportscasters sometimes get caught up with the same terminology. We repeat ourselves a lot. Captain of redundancy, that kind of thing. Epic battle. You know, but that was an epic battle.
Yeah, in Arizona it was, and we came up a few plays short. And in Tampa, it was the same thing. They came up a few plays short. But you're talking about two very talented football teams that laid it on the line. It was epic. It was on both ends. So to have a chance to finish what we didn't get done, that's very rare that you get a rematch like that and get a second chance in a moment like that, and then to win it the way we did. You know, to see their offense go down the field and score, and now you get the ball back with a couple minutes and you got to go the distance, win or lose, against the best defense in the country, and to win it with 1 second on the clock. It's legendary, and it's something that we'll all be attached to forever. And then for me, as an Alabama guy, to know that we started the season with Auburn, and we finished the season with Alabama, with Troy somewhere in the middle there, it's pretty special.
Coach, you got the ball 68 yards in front of you, under 2, and you say?
Well, it's interesting. At the beginning of every year, I make every player come up with a word that applies to them. It's something they can hang their hat on all year long, something that they want to focus on. Some guys it's consistency, some guys it's knowledge, whatever it is. And I have a word every year. And it's interesting that my word and Deshaun's words were on display that night in the national championship game. And I told the guys before the team, we're going to win the game. And, you know, we're not going to win the game because we got a bigger budget or bigger stadiums or more alumni or whatever. We're going to win the game because of love. My word was love last year. And I said, you guys are going to win the game because you love each other. You truly do. I've seen it on display all year long. And when you love something, man, you're going to give that little extra. And tonight, that's what it's going to take. And I think that's going to be the difference. And that's what you saw on that last drive. You saw a group of guys that really loved each other. And then Deshaun, back in August, when I asked him, I'll say, randomly, I'll say, what's your word this year? And he said, legendary. And I was like, ooh, 4 syllables. Wow, legendary. Man, that's a great word, Deshaun. I like it. And so this is August.
Yeah.
And so now fast forward, they score, and he's getting ready to take the field. He's strapping his helmet up. And we go over there, and he looks at the guys. He gathers them up, and he goes, let's go be legendary, boys. Last thing he said. And then if you watch that last drive, It was legendary, and it was something that you know, you really can't script it any better, especially for Deshaun Watson, no doubt about it. He was already legendary to me, but he solidified that with that drive.
The play is Orange Crush, and the receiver is a walk-on who's caught more passes against Alabama than anybody now, Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah.
The leading up to that play, that moment,
Yep.
your recollection of it as you were deciding, okay, you know, you could have gone for the 3, maybe played for OT. Was any consideration of that? Or?
No, not with 6 seconds. We really knew it was going to be tight, but we really thought we'd have 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
And I trusted my quarterback, you know, and it's something that we practice all the time. We practice last play situations all the time, and with the ball in the 2, with that play and with my quarterback, I really felt like, I mean, it's either going to be open right now, like it was, and it's game over, or it's not. You throw it away. There's 2 seconds. We kick the field goal. We go to overtime. But there certainly there's risk. But that's one of the reasons we moved the pocket. We got him outside the pocket, you know, and he knew that if there had been some type of outside pressure that we couldn't pick up, he'd have thrown it away. And I had a timeout left, so it was a risky situation. But you know, you're not gonna.
Coach is living in the moment too.
You're not gonna.
You're living in the moment too.
Yeah, and you're not gonna. You know, you got to take some risks along the way to win it all, and especially if you're going to beat a team like Alabama.
Watson takes a snap, rolls right, looks into the end zone. Hunter Renfrow caught it! Touchdown! 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 With a second left.
How often do you hear, "Oh, nice pick play, Coach"?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I've heard that once or twice, but they obviously hadn't watched the tape because we didn't have a chance to get a rub, because their guy tackled our guy. So, you know, but it was a great play.
A little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing, Dan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. To be honest with you, they probably should have got up there and tackled both of them and just held them, because pass interference, it's 1 yard and 3 seconds. We got to kick it.
Clock hits 0. Your first thought?
It was unbelievably special to be able to just really kind of soak it in, smell the roses a little bit, and hug the coaches, hug the players. My wife's down there, my boys, and it was just this magical moment that I'll never forget. And really just after that, I just wanted to get to Coach Saban. We kind of passed each other in the masses of people, couldn't find each, but eventually we got to each other, and he was very, very gracious. And then it was just, you know, I could literally almost touch and feel the joy from Clemson Nation. Yeah. You know, something that had seemed so out of reach for so long, and so a lot of people never experienced a championship like that at Clemson, or had vague memories. But to win it in that fashion, especially coming up short the year before, I mean, it was just a special moment that will be etched in my mind forever.
Celebrate, Clemson Nation. It's the second one in history. And drink it up, soak it up. Clemson is the national champs in 2016.
So you're going to take me around and show me this mega joint?
Absolutely.
I mean, $55 million facility here. I can't wait to see it. Let's go take a look.
Let's do it.
All right.
It's impossible to go down a slide and not be better than you were the previous 5 seconds.
Really?
You just got to smile.
I never really looked at it that way.
Yeah.
Well, I'm never going to go ahead of the leader, so why don't you show me the way?
You just pop in and off you go.
Then let it go.
No big deal. Right there. Boom. So you sit up and just use your heels and control your speed.
You got it.
There you go. See? That's it.
I gave you a little kick at the end.
That's pretty good.
Right, tight end look.
So that's the non-Heisman pose right there at the end.
I feel exhilarated now.
You should.
I feel like I could maybe even lift some weights. You want to show me your weight
room? All right, you
now?
come right this way. Obviously we wanted it really open. We got a great view. It's got a fun feel. It's just a very functional facility for these players, and again, an environment that they want to come to work in every day. They look forward to it. We put this massive cold tub in the locker room, and we wanted to kind of create it like a feel like a men's spa. And they can all get in. It's like a 60-person cold tub. Wow. This is all the locker room.
It's beautiful.
This is the paw.
The paw?
Yep.
Yeah, goodness, it's just magnificent.
So this is just kind of an area where they can gather. What's up, guys? See you. In case you get a little tired, this is a long walk for you.
Uh-oh.
So, you know, I know you're kind of tired. So if you need to come in here and take a little nap. So if you need to visit the barbershop and see Tyler and get a little haircut. So this is all just players' land. They got all their gaming, all their gaming stuff there.
You got golf in here?
Well, you want to take a swing?
Would you mind?
Go right ahead.
Show me what you got, Coach.
Well, I'm a little rusty. It's been a while, but you know, you just kind of just grip it and rip it.
Yeah, now we're talking a power draw.
I mean, that's just straight off the porch. I'm like an old Sooner dog, show and go.
All right, here we go.
All right, give me the Phil Mickelson here. Oh, nice. Nice turn right there. This isn't his first rodeo. My two personal favorites. You know, I'm a hoopster.
All this, my
So,
gosh.
you know, I love to shoot basketball. And, you know, sometimes kind of mix it up a little lefty. Whichever hand you prefer. You know, I just set the tempo right there. Except mine went in. There it is. Oh, that should have gone in.
The iron tantalizingly.
Listen, you can't just show up on our rim, I mean, and think that it's going to be kind to you. You got to pay your dues. Man, you got to get out of the office more. I mean,
you know, I didn't realize that a football facility could turn into Chuck E. Cheese quite so quickly.
Yeah, it's, you know,
This
it's like,
is awesome.
It's like Dave and Buster's Clemson style. So they can come over here and bowl, golf, shoot pool, play video games.
Why would you ever leave?
And grill a hamburger. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there.
Oh, baby! Oh, look at that! He got them all!
Oh,
ladies and
yeah!
gentlemen.
Yes, sir!
He got them
There
all.
you go. That's how you follow a spare. This is an area that we're really proud of. This is our dining hall. So, same thing, family feel. This is where we gather on Wednesday nights with all of our families, and then the players eat here every day. And the best thing about this is how it flows into the outdoor village. And so, you know, you see guys, I see, what, 4 guys out here right now in the middle of the day, just enjoying. We got a couple on the putt-putt course. We got some guys playing basketball. We got the grills, the fire pits, and I tell you, of all the things we did, we had a little space back there, but we put that wiffle ball field. They love the wiffle ball field.
And we're standing out here now. This is when you first walked in this new facility. This is, as you said, the centerpiece. You had to work on it, right?
Yeah,
Which one were you gonna?
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion because we were moving into January, and we didn't really know what we were going to put here. We had a big tiger, and then January 9th became crystal clear what was going to go here. So, you know, it's really neat. But as I tell our players, that I never want our program to be defined by this. What I hope is this trophy will scream at them.
Yeah.
You know, go to class. You know, be a good citizen. Give great effort. Because those are the things that it takes, in my opinion, to win at the highest level.
Congratulations on all you've done.
Appreciate it.
And the day and the time you gave us
Thank you.
today.
Enjoyed it. A lot of fun. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Another one.